Just about every area of the market has gone up in price with this year's rampant inflation, especially household utilities. But one of the worst offenders, electricity prices. News channels, social media, even conversations with neighbours have all been awash with reports of truly bonkers price increases, like £50 going up to almost £2,000 per month and loads more. However, there are ways and small steps that we can take to bring the skyrocketing price of Lecky that little bit back down to earth. Namely, there's also a lot of grants, loans, and other sorts of things to help out there with which you can either have your debt expunged from your bill or various discounts that can be claimed for. In part one of our video here on how to bring those energy prices down, here are some of the best ways through which you can grab some discounts. Let's start with the basics, namely the help given to every household by the government. Every household will be getting £400 back on their electricity bills in 6 installments monthly, starting from October 2022 this year. Even if you pay quarterly or use a payment card, this is true. There's more info on this in the video caption below, along with other info on everything else that we'll be discussing in this video. Some suppliers have announced how they'll be paying out the £300, but this could be different for each household or supplier, so make sure that you take a look at your supplier. If you're, for example, unsure if you're going to get the £300 or you've not heard from your supplier, then it could be worth checking with them. Importantly, for those with businesses, a support scheme has also been announced for UK businesses, and energy prices are expected to be halved this winter. The scheme will run for 6 months and it'll be reviewed after 3 months' time. Energy prices for typical households have also been capped at £2,500 for 2 years from October 1st. However, remember that only unit rates are capped here, and you can actually still end up paying more than this if you use more energy. The figure itself is also only based on the average consumption of a 3-bed house. Now, importantly, those who are on a fixed energy tariff can either stay on these, or they're able to leave the tariff and switch to the new state subsidized tariffs without incurring an exit penalty, which can often be actually quite pricey. For those who are wondering if a fixed deal is right, or even what a fixed tariff is at all, this tariff sets the price you'll pay for your energy for a certain amount of time, usually a year or two, unlike variable tariffs which shift up and down according to the energy market. These tariffs are now hard to come by, and whether you should get one kind of depends on your budget and how much you value price security. You could consider perhaps signing up for a fixed deal if you find one with rates that are similar to the variable tariff you're on, as you might end up paying less if and when the price cap goes up again. However, there's not many deals around that this applies to, so do be careful. If it seems too good to be true, as always, it probably is. Our next tip is to get help from your energy supplier. Aside from the base of support that the government provides, there are in fact numerous grants and other forms of support that you can claim during the winter months from individual suppliers, especially for those who are really struggling to pay their bills or for those who are already in debt. There's honestly simply too much info on this for us to really cover here, but here are some of the bigger schemes on offer with some companies that many of us are likely to be on. You will find these links, as we said, to all the grants in the video in our video caption here. It is important, however, to check and research the eligibility criteria carefully before you make an application. And it's also good to familiarize yourself with the detailed info that you'll need to support your application. You might even actually need help from either a friend or a family member, or maybe even an independent advisor, i.e. someone from Citizens Advice. Generally, the grant providers will ask you to see debt advice before you apply with them. One of the biggest providers here is from British Gas. They offer 2 kinds of grants for those that live in England, Scotland, and Wales, and one for British Gas customers and one applicable for everyone, even if you're not a British Gas customer. The first is the British Gas Energy Support Fund, which is available for those who are in debt of amounts up to £1,500. The second, however, is the Individual and Families Fund, which is actually available for amounts up to £1,500 as well, and it's available to both customers and non-customers. It must be, however, your primary residence that you're applying for, and it must be an active energy account. Octopus Energy have also unveiled a £50 million assistance funds for customers. Any existing Octopus customer who needs help can simply fill out a form on their website. Octopus can then offer a number of support options, including access to existing schemes, monetary credits from the fund, or personalized account support. This can be like a return of credit or payment or holidays or something else. EDF customers can also apply for help from their customer support fund, which can help you with electricity or gas bill debts. And it also provides essential goods such as fridges or cookers if you need them. You need to go visit the Let's Talk website, and you'll need to have your EDF account number and current energy debt balances ready, along with details of your household finances and vulnerability. Overview Energy's fund is also currently closed at the time of recording this video, but is set to reopen at various intervals. As with many other energy companies, it's to be applied for via the Charis Let's Talk Energy Fund, and you can register your interest even if it's closed. It covers from freestanding appliances, boiler repairs to boiler replacements, announcements as well. Both E.ON, still open and available at the time of recording for applications, and SSE are both utilizing the Charis Let's Talk Energy Fund also. Other providers such as SO Energy, Utility Warehouse, Utilita, Outfox the Market, and Sainsbury's Energy all seem to be curiously lacking any facilities, be that grant schemes or hardship funds to help existing customers. In light of this absolute failure, it's worth checking up on the British Gas grants that we've mentioned earlier. These are of course available to even non-British Gas customers. Other suppliers such as Scottish Power and Shell, they both also have hardship funds that are both open for applications at the time of recording this video. Another source of support is in help from your local council and other energy efficiency grants. The government has also promised to invest 12 billion in its Help to Heat schemes to help get homes through the winter. These include the boiler upgrade scheme, whereby you get a small grant to install a low carbon heating system such as a heat pump, as well as the local authority delivery schemes and home upgrade grants, whereby your local council will award you funding to help fund upgrade energy inefficient homes in low income households. The first being for those heated off mains gas, and the second is for those who are off the gas grid. There's also the Social Housing Decarbonisation Fund and the Energy Company Obligation. It's delivered through installers, local authorities, energy companies, and other bodies. Let's also not forget that there are also further energy grants from the government via support schemes, and these are all here to help with the energy and cost of living crisis. Outside of the £400 for all households that we spoke about earlier, there's also the £150 council tax rebate. People who live in houses that are in council taxes bands A to D should have already received £150 directly to their bank account, and if they pay by direct debit. For people who don't pay council tax by direct debit, they should at least get a letter from the council telling them how to get their £150. Most people getting this money have been paid already. There's also an extra 650 quid for people who receive certain government benefits or tax credits. This will be sent to your bank account in 2 payments. You'll get it if you're on universal credit, job seekers allowance, income related employment and support allowance, income support, working tax credit, child tax credit, or pension credit. There is also an extra £300 to be given to any of you that are of pensionable age. When pensioners are eligible to receive winter fuel payments, you can also grab an extra 300 quid in cost of living payments. Again, all you have to do is pop over to the links in the video caption for more information on this. This money isn't taxable either. This should also appear in either November or December. Plus, people with disabilities will also receive an extra £150 paid into their bank account. People in both England and Wales, in addition to Scotland, can also pick up a £150 warm home discount. This is for those who are on means tested benefits, aka one where you have the money and whether you can have it are based on how much money that you make and already have. Lastly, and more pertinent to all of us, if you can't afford to top up your prepayment meter, then you may be eligible to get a fuel voucher, which is then sent by letter or in a text message or email. You can then use this to add credit to your gas card or your electricity key. There's various shops and post offices that you can use these at. You simply contact your local supplier to get one, and these are also invaluable help to anyone who's genuinely struggling to pay their energy bills. As we've mentioned, many households and many people in particular will be struggling this winter in one of the largest energy price hikes in recent UK history. While the grants and elements of support that we've outlined here are just the start, they can be a massive help for those of us who are really struggling or even in danger as a result of these price rises. It's always worth doing all important research on what you can be owed either via government help or from other areas. While this video has obviously concentrated on the different methods by which you can apply for grants and discounts should you be in vulnerable situations, in part 2 of our video we'll be looking at ways to cut your electricity and gas bill, and we'll also be looking at other important ways to bring your energy prices down as well as your consumption in an effort to save some big cash. Have you made use of any of these grants or discounts before, or is there anything perhaps that we maybe missed as a resource for bringing your gas or electricity prices down? Maybe you simply want to tell us how you've managed to stay afloat amidst rising energy prices. Then of course simply let us know in the comments below, and of course don't also forget to like our video here and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss out on all of the very best ways to save money and bring your costs down. Thanks for watching from Hot UK Deals.